At the end of FC24, we've been on a Greek tour, rebuilding Panathinaikos, PAOK, and now AEK Athens. The side were in the Europa League and seem to be on the up, as today we're going to carry on growing the club organically. Again, they moved to the Turkish League. I apologise, Greek fans, and have a series of challenges that we must complete here, as we're going to try and take Athens to the top and make sure they're our best Greek build yet. As yes, people, here we are. This is our team. It looks better than what we've started with before, but still, it's not world-beating quality. But it's not just the ratings we need to be good in this save. We need, of course, them to play well and to complete challenges. As the easy one, not that easy. We've got to win 3 Turkish League titles in a league that has Jose's Fenerbahce. And the easy one, well, that's not easy in itself. We need to win the Champions League whilst having a youth player in our starting 11, as also in our starting 11, we need 3 Greek players in it at all times. And we've got this locked objective that can be unlocked at any moment. And I have got to say, so far, the hardest one of any. Bit more of a challenge than an objective, as we've got 26 million euros, the best we've ever started with. Hence why the objective's hard. Getting an easier start, as I don't know if I stick with the formation, but I'm gonna go tiki-taka. I trust that style of play the most. And here are all our players, decently aged, but one thing I'm noticing apart from Mantalos, no Greek players. We've got Vini the Croat beast, and also Nordin Amrabat, who I believe played for Watford and was a very good player for the Hornets. As I've found another Greek player, he's not the best, is Rota, and then the goalkeeper, he's 30. We're going to struggle with Greek men. As when I flick to the youth, we do have 2 in Mitoglu and Pilios, but I want to restart with the youth players. And of course, I'm alluding to making our own youth Greek players, and we're going to go for a centre-back. I think that's the position needed most. As for now, this is the team we're going to have to start with, and off the top of my head, I know we've got 3 Greek players in there, but can we add any more? Right, this guy's got the best Greek name, Thanos Papadopoulos, literally named after Thanos. You know, the big purple thing in all the Marvel films that snaps away players. Now, I'm hoping as a defender, who's a strong boy, going onto the loan list, I hope he can snap away strikers. And I don't mean physically snap them. I'm not going out to injure people. But one thing I'm going out for is another Greek player, a veteran. And I think you guys already know who. That's right, Vlachodimos. He is at Nottingham Forest, and 12 million euros should easily be affordable, as he's asked for a bit more, but as long as he's at the club, we have got a Greek player and a very good Greek man. So I'm buzzing with that move, and this could be a good move. Vida bidded on by Fenerbahce, 2 million. Pretty sure he's been Turkey before, so out of the door he goes. We don't want to be a retirement home, and he's a 34-year-old defender. Maybe a good player, but we do need younger players here, and that swap deal for Javi Guerra is definitely a good one. So I ain't going to say no, and his contract looks all good. So without further ado, 2 players out, 2 players in. And we're changing to this. Now, the defense does look a little bit weak. The shape maybe not fits yet, but Mantalos, of course, is Greek, as most of the defense are. And this guy who's sitting, Galanopoulos, I am changing his position, hopefully be a left back, but at the moment at the club, our strikers are very old and we've still got 15 million. So I'm going to go a little bit bold, sharing the money out. The first one, Carlos Alcaraz of Juve. Oh, but he's only on loan, and I know in real life he's not in the next FIFA. I believe he's gone to the Brazilian league. So instead, to my second choice, I've already put a bid in for him, Santiago Castro, the Bologna youngster, as here he is to the club, and I'm very excited for him. But we are changing our DM to left back, so need a DM. So in for very cheap is Ezequiel Fernandez, another Argentinian and another player on the cheaper side. As when I go ahead and do this, change our DM, we're gonna be looking like this, which is a much stronger lineup. Now, of course, they're not all gonna play. I mean, Zuba's gonna get into the team somehow, and Mantalos, he'll probably get kicked out. But as long as we've got our 3 Greek players into our team already and 6 million in the bank, I think we're quite sorted. As how's season 1 gone? Let's have a look at this team's rating, shall we? Good in the first team, bit bad on the bench. But we only care about first team, and for someone who's been counting the pennies, and speaking of counting the pennies, if you guys want to do that as well, get the best bang for your buck and go to Soccer Deal Shop in the description. Cheap and affordable replica kits that are better quality than real. They wash well and everything. As also, if you're new to this channel, we are on a race to 50k before the 1st of January. If you would be kind enough to hit that subscribe button, I'd love it, as this is what the ratings look like. Also, a very good striker, Levi Garcia. Now, I've never heard of this man before. An 82 rating, Vlachodimos 81, and goal scorers. Ooh, actually, before we get to goal scorers, our youngsters, Demetrio, he's gone up plus 10, somehow went to Blackburn, and Thanos at 67. He's been snapping up teams. The second time I've made that joke. As our Cam Pineda with 20 goals. Then Araujo, I'm guessing, took Castro out the team, which is a shame. But he's still up to a 74, so they must have shared game time a little bit, maybe, I don't know. But still, our team's progressed. Fernandez got played, and look at that for season 1. Turkish takeover. 14 points clear. Fantastic start, and that goes straight into the trophy cabinet, but will go solo out in the round of 16 of the cup. But did we have Europa League? I'm pretty sure in real life. No? Okay. I see PAOK somehow snuck in, and Milan won the whole thing, but I'm pretty sure that group wasn't Athens in a group with Ajax and Brighton? I don't actually know, as I've got to keep my eye on the Greek players. Mitoglu's grown. Rota and Galan, also Vlachodimos. We have clearly got enough Greeks. The only thing we've got to improve now is youth academy players here. And in season number 2, there is no question about affording another academy with £34 million to spend. Good, but our lock challenge may cause a few issues, as I'm going to search for left back in Greece for our next player, as I do trust Galan, but also on the bench you can see players are shooting down. Not having good reserves means he may have to become one, and also Mantalos is not an out centre mid, and there's a replacement on the bench anyway. In Ziamanski, who's the captain straight away, but also this guy, Robert Lubicic, maybe? He's 24 years old. Do want to sign a new player, and also can sell these lads, Pizarro and Gasinovic. We don't need wingers, so we'll try and kick them out, as we've already got a Demetriou, but Georgios Demetriou looks a lot better this year, so he's going to be loan listed. And also Thanos, I'm going to loan list him again, just give him more chance to grow. As in the meantime, Mitoglu, he is a real life player as well, so I'm going to give him a chance to maybe grow even further. As with all this talk on youth, we actually can't forget we get to qualify for the Champions League. We just need to reach the group stages, and we're not going to win it this year. Let's be honest with ourselves, we're not. So let's just go with youth still. Don't need to rush into things. As this next youth player as well is a big one. It's Fermin of Barcelona, 21, 74 overall. Probably overpay on him, but we do have enough money because we've sold one of our wingers, the Serbian, for 9 million, and also loaned out Thanos. He's going to stay in this league with Trabzonspor, so at the end we can actually check his statistics, but that's a long way away. And also we've got other youth, Fermin, who we've signed for 10.4 million. But again, into the profit, as Galatasaray in our league take Ziamanski for over what we've paid. So the team looks like that. You can see good youth and good experience, but the budget back to £32 million. So I am going to stop and give our current youth players time, and I'm going to sign a big centre-back veteran in Benoit Badashile. Now, I've slightly changed my mind there. He's not exactly a veteran. I mean, he doesn't get played most of the time, but he should be affordable. 28 million, 29.8. Fair dues, Pochettino or Enzo, whoever, as we've signed this French beast alongside Fermin to complete our super squad. Or our Turkish super squad, because it should do well in the league, but that group, however, well, I think we're pretty screwed. Just don't be in the league, come on, come on. We've got to keep going in the league as an 85 rated Levi Garcia now. Him, Guerrero, well, all of our midfields looking decent. As for top scorers, 39 for Garcia. And what about our youngsters? Right, we've got a look. We've got Demetrio at a 70. He's only 17. Thanos at an 18, and I like that he's in a purple kit. And then also the other Demetrio, not very good at Pisa, but still up +6, as I'm liking this formation very much. Badashile not growing much, but still, we're not going for the UCL. We're just going for the league, and we have picked up our second in 2 years as well. So going almost 3 for 3. PAOK were trying a challenge, as we don't challenge in the cup again. We were knocked, actually, thrashed by Galatasaray 5-2. And in the Champions League, well, this is a sight for sore eyes. We've never finished bottom in a million years on career mode. Sparta Praha do it to us, as that's the alarm going off as well. So the mystery challenge already unlocked 2 seasons in. And the challenge is a bit different, because of course we're a Greek team in the Turkish league, and if we don't beat the other 2 Greek teams, we will lose our best player. Oh, and it goes all downhill because Garcia is on the line. We have to beat PAOK, Panathinaikos, 2 teams we've already managed. And it's not a good thing as well, because we don't have many players as it is, and our backup striker at the moment is this young guy called Zine. He's 22 from Angola and looks absolutely dreadful, so we do need another striker, and we should be back in the Champions League after a very bad year, and we've got £49 million. That makes me feel better, but still not on top of the world. So I am going to go back in for a player that I wanted before, and it is Carlos Alcaraz. 22-year-old, 79, is what his rating is, and it must have gone up whilst we've paid, because 34 million is a little bit excessive. But hey, we've had to do it, as we've also sold another player on the bench who was a left mid, and also Mantalos. He's going to be retiring, and he is one of our Greek players, so we've got 3 currently in the squad. That is the minimum we can have. In Galanapolos, Vlachimos, and also Rota the right back. So I think it's maybe time to thread one of these lads in here. And I can't decide which one, so I'm going to sell the centre back. I can't remember his name, but he was the one stopping them playing. Makodi, right, and that is a good bit of money for him. I would like a left back, but we've got a youth left back growing. So decisions. Matoglu's going to get a chance. And where do we sign next? Maybe another Cam? I do like Pineda, but £39 million is a lot of money just to sit there, even if the Cam goes on the bench. We need someone young again, as Pineda is 29, and Merlin Roll, if you didn't know this fun fact, his FC25 card is one of the biggest upgrades, and he certainly downgraded our budget by 30 mil. Maybe should have gone centre mid, or maybe just another Greek player, but I'm very happy to have him here, as our 2 bench players now signed. A lot of money gone into them, as we haven't played another Greek team yet. It's PAOK though this month, 23rd of August. And I was also going to say we have to put it in the Champions League, but losing to Malmo in the playoffs is not good. But as long as we've not lost to Greek teams, says getting a cup win. If we won the cup, obviously it means we weren't beat by one. In this competition anyway, as a 4-1 win over PAOK, it gives us another trophy, which doesn't really count too much. But still, as we go back to the table, you can see PAOK got a lot of points, and some of those points could be from us, meaning we lose our best player. But before we check the calendar and delaying that horrible feeling, we did win in the Europa League, our group that is, as always. And then in the round of 16, we actually beat Shakhtar. And in the quarterfinals, Celtic 4-3. But then 4-3 to Bilbao. I hate that semi-final round. We fail a lot of times in the Europa League semi-finals, but we don't fail at scouting, because look at the state of this squad. We've got an 87 Vlachimos. Keepers grow, but not that much. In fact, in FC25, I think he's got one of the biggest downgrades, as Guerra's an 85, Garcia 87, joint with Vlachodimos, but he's of course younger, so more valuable, as he was actually top scorer, meaning if we've lost to a Greek club, we will be losing our striker. Now, we played PAOK twice there, a 3-1 win, a 4-1 win. Going back another month, right, there's no games, and then... no, we lost to Panathinaikos. 1-0 loss. And you know what that, of course, means. Garcia is now gone, abiding to our locked challenge. And that really hurts when we need to win the Champions League, paying a fee to lose him, and losing our best player. And for this Season 4, it is a good job we got Alcaraz, as he completes our team, and in fact, our squad. Because when you scroll down here, we do not have any more players. We've got 3 youth players on the bench, and none really first team worthy. Unless it's Thanos Papadopoulos, who could go in for Roadtoglory just to count as that one player. And in fact, I'll make that change. For a defender as well, I've noticed physicality's letting him down, so I've put him on a physical drill, and it's only taken 1 week. Maybe that can fix him, as we've got to fix our team up as well. We've lost an 87 rated, but we've gained 40 million, which isn't the worst fee in the world, as I'm just thinking as well, if we could get a worse bench, and hear me out on this, get a worse bench than our current youth players in the team, because then them current youth players will get played and will grow stronger. And that even includes selling this man, Roadtoglory, who is a Greek player, but still, if we sell him, Thanos will play more. So our youth player Thanos can grow, and don't even start and ask me how he's got a move to Manchester United. Maybe because of his height, as now 75 million, and that's just to flesh out our bench, as let's go on a spending spree. As the first player bought for the bench is the most expensive one, another 81 striker, Hugo Dura from Valencia, who's then followed in by this centre-back Amenda, and then this guy from Porto, Gonzalez I believe it is. Of course, all these players 76, so they don't fit in the first team, apart from this man, Ron Barrow, who is another Porto centre-mid. He's 75, and in fact I was wrong again, because Amenda's 74. Don't want him taking Thanos' spot, as that team looks strong enough to compete in the UCL, but could we go for a left back, because we have 4 Greek players here. Rota's Greek, Thanos is Greek, also Vlachodimos, so yes, we can get rid of a left back and get one over 80 rated, but we've only got 6 million, so if we can sell Galan at left back, then get another one in, I think we should get a decent one. So out he goes quickly to Galatasaray for 16 mil, allowing us to just get beyond Maguire, just from Club Bruges, as that's an eligible team to win the UCL, obliging by our objectives. Just needed that growth from our centre-half, as Vlachodimos, one of the world's best, a 90 rated keeper. Who would have believed that? Definitely not me. Here's some good ratings from our younger players, as Duro, he's our top scorer. In fact, both Valencia boys, because Guerra doing well. If it's pronounced Guerra, I don't know. I don't care. All that I really care about is the team doing well on the whole, as the ratings are good enough to maybe do an Ajax push. And of course, what I mean by that is when they went to the semi-finals, as I don't think we'll win the Champions League, but hey, we win the league again. I'm calling this a rebuild, but we win in the league each time, so that is another trophy, and I will keep on taking them. But in the Turkish Cup, a loss to Trabzonspor, which is disappointing, but still, unnecessary trophy. It's this one that matters, and Chelsea finished 3rd. We've gone from bottom of the group, not qualifying, to now topping our group. Unbeaten is in the round of 16, smashing Roma, but then in the quarterfinals, a penalty loss to Barcelona. God, that's disappointing, especially being 2 rounds away, which Barcelona have got to the final, which we can win. If you remember our objectives, to have 1 youth player and also 3 Greek, I'll show you how we've done that. Our 1 youth player is there, who's got a lot more physical than Rota, and Vlachodimos make up our Greek trio. So close to doing an Ajax, so close, as we've got 55 million euros. We don't usually start that high up, but I'll take it, and I don't think we actually need to take it. In order to improve this team, we've Probably got a seller player. And I'm looking at this man, Santiago Castro, one of our first signings, 18. Now he's at the age of 22 and running out of contract. Of course, we've got a lot of Argentinians here. I think we're closer to winning the UCL than we are from not winning it. So money made off this guy from Southampton, 60 million, could be a lot better for us. So now we can get a better striker. As there he is leaving the club, leaving his fellow Argentinians. But the money that he's worth is going to work wonders for us. As there is a player, weirdly, I really want to sign, and it's this man, the veteran, Harry Kane, the Englishman. Yes, he hasn't much pace, but he's a guaranteed goal scorer, and age doesn't matter at the moment. 33 or 20 years old. We just need a man who's incredibly good at shooting, and he's not afraid to leave England, so this time he's coming to Greece. Catch a little bit of sun before he goes ahead and retires, as he's definitely close to doing so with that 60 pace. God awful. So straight onto a pace drill, but his rating will go down anyway as long as that shooting stays up. He's got 95 finishing. As speaking of being finished, we've only got 9 million euros left. So I've not really focused on coaches. Now is the time to do so, I think, though. Now that we've bought our coaches, there's a lot going on defensive drills. Because, of course, Thanos in the defense. And I want our youth to keep growing more. He is the lowest rated by far. But the requirements say we have to have that youth player. So he's sticking around a bit longer to hopefully win the UCL. But we've still got to qualify. So Helsinki twice. I think we should beat the Finnish team. Come on, let's finish the finish with a brilliant little finisher. And he scored his bloody hat-trick. Harry Kane, that's why we got him. A second leg, though. Oh, we've shown frailties, which we can't afford to do in a group with Porto. And I hate playing Porto. They really are my bogey team. We're going to try and escape the allegations with the team that's grown. Gea the highest rated now, 90. And Fernandez, 89. But the best, the goalkeeper, Vlachodimos. How is he a 90? He's got the worst downgrade in the history of FIFA as a player downgrading, but upgrading his account, going and scoring in this Turkish division with a Greek team. Harry Kane, 35 goals, which is enough to win a title. Our 5th title, 5 in a row in a rebuild. Not really normal, is it? But what also is normal is how we do so well in the league, but just can't hack the cup. We get beat by PAOK. Unfortunate for us there, as hey, Porto finish bottom, but Atleti finish above us. Only second in the group. Oh, but look at that. Out of all those teams around us, we draw the Geordies Newcastle and have to mount a comeback to get into the next round, where we met Atleti again. We lost once in the group. We didn't lose to them again. And then in the semi-finals, we get revenge on Barcelona to meet in the final Kane's rivals Arsenal. Of course, goes down as a Spurs legend for all the goals he scored, although there is that one picture which we will decide to ignore for his sake anyway, as he's only got 60 pace. But hey, he's in the team for the final of the Champs League. As to complete the Greek trilogy. Now, I understand they're all rivals, but I want to rebuild all 3, and we have to win this game to complete it. From Pana to PAOK, and now in the Greek capital against the English capital team. That's not a very nice challenge. Bit heavy, but legitimate as Kane. That describes him, really, as he needs to get running now. Maybe just shoot all the way from there. Need to feed on them scraps, as Kane's not going to be mobile. A big chance for Alcaraz there. Passes it back with a poor shot. Chance for 1-0 as Harry Kane running out wide, squeezing through the gap. Very nicely done, Kane. He's going to go himself for goal. Trying to test one of the world's best keepers, as now we need to get away from our box. It's Firmin. Can Alcaraz make a decent move? No, but Firmin keeps on going himself. No Harry Kane to aim for. So he's got to try and beat Saliba, and he does. Very nice pass. Alcaraz on a yellow card and decides he doesn't want to play football no more. Honestly, he's been bad as now Thanos makes a guy fall without even touching him, but still, a good move for Arsenal with a brilliant block at the end of it and a counter maybe at the end of it, as no, I think that's going to be the half. We can't even keep the ball in. And how have I just realised going into the second half of this Champions League final, I'm wearing their kit. I am literally wearing an Arsenal kit. Still, I hope it doesn't help them as now Gairo running inside and Harry Kane opens his body up. Harry Kane with the finish. Wearing the kit or not, pace merchant or not, Harry Kane has the finishing, even on his weaker foot. A pass into the middle, opens his body up around Saliba and just puts it to where Ramsdale definitely cannot reach it. 1-0 from Kane, and I want to see another angle of that. Come on, give us another angle. Nope, just him celebrating the goal, which was a class finish, of course. As now Firmin out wide to Maguire. The left back's got inside here. We might get a second one. It is Alcaraz. It's going to be tapped to Rota. The chance for a Greek player. And also, let's touch on Alcaraz. How do you miss in the first place? It's honestly been shocking, as we might even have to put Duro on, but a good ball out to the left-hand side. Maguire has just done the defender. Bjorn to pull it back now into Kane. I'm not passing this. Harry Kane, oh my days. In need of this second goal, and I believe it will come if we carry on the roll. Not a great chip. Maybe time for Pineda to come on. As Arsenal are quickening up, Alphonsi Davis, we've tried to take him down. Thanos is going to stand strong. If I can even switch to Thanos, I can't even do it. And a good save for Lachadimos, then just headed into his hands. Hope FC25 ain't that bad at switching players, as now Alcaraz. That's a good turn. Can he actually do something decent here? He just needs to play that to the side. It's Guerreiro. What a poor shot. As the last bit of defending here, and Saka. Badashile. A brilliant tackle from him. And the whistle is to follow. AEK Athens. We have done it. The Greek treble, because we've won another Champions League with a Greek outfit. And lifting the Champions League, that man who just made the tackle, Benoit Badashile, getting there. A good signing from Chelsea. As unfortunately, this is the last save. Going into FC25, I'm taking suggestions for. If you do have one for next FIFA, or FC, of course, now drop them down below, and I will see them in the comments and get them in the next game.